Fight man in boxing, led the Flair Cops. Shout out to Goodfellas Sports TV. Woo!
Don't forget to check out our sponsor, The Health Blaze, at thehealthblaze.com. 100% all natural products from lotions, soaps, foot soaks, bath bombs, and much, much more. Use the promo code Goodfella1Boxing. Tell them your boy CJ Goodfella sent you. Get 18% off. We out. All right, Floyd did an interview with Gilly the Kid and them Jokers, and also he been talking. And he basically said that Terrence Crawford, again, is the best boxer in boxing. He also said that he's Errol's boss. But first, let's get to the big news is that Floyd Mayweather runs Teofimo Lopez and George Kambosos off their date. Let's talk about that first. Hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. Appreciate the love and support. And my shorty low voice, let's get it. Hello. Teofimo Lopez, George Kambosos reportedly being pushed back from June 5th with a target date of June 19th. It's also claimed that despite Oscar De La Hoya's announced his comeback for July 3rd, there's no set date or opponent. According to y'all guy, Chris Minix. And, so, I mean, it is what it is. We know Floyd, even though Floyd fighting Sunday, we knew Floyd was going to puck him off the date. They can't move it up because the guy's he's got a training schedule to make weight. Can't change the weight because of the, the sanction belt bodies. If they had no belt, they can change the weight. Make it a catch weight, but, Triller knows that Floyd runs it, and people say in the comment section they fake numbers. And, like I said before, I care less about this fight. I love George Kambosos as a prospect, but he's not on Teofimo Lopez level. I'll be surprised if he gets the win. He's competitive. I've seen Lee Selby outbox him for a few rounds. So, to me, this wasn't the fight you spent all that money on, but hey, it is what it is. We'll see what happens. George Kambosos has Australian power, star power. Teofimo Lopez have no star power. So, it is what it is. I wasn't thinking about it much. And I guess Oscar gonna move off that day, so don't be surprised if you don't hear Errol Spence and Ugas for July 3rd or July 10th, unless they pushed it back because they got a lot of fights on PBC. You got Tank the 26th, I believe. Hold on. Tank the 26th. I'm gonna try to get out there for that one too. I know how my schedule is. Moving to the mornings. But hopefully moving to the mornings. But yeah, I mean, you got a lot of days coming up. People saying they're gonna push it back. I don't know. But yeah, that's a fight that I really ain't even thinking about, man, because hold on. Because I mean, it just ain't competitive. Honestly, man, Kambosos just ain't got it. A lot of people not gonna like me saying that, but I've seen versus Lee Selby. But maybe Teofimo Lopez, him sitting there in front of him, that give him more confidence, or they give him more, they get better style for him. But sticking to movement, Kambosos struggle versus that. But Teo can do that a little bit. But you got Tank the 26th, you got Charlo the June 19th. Then Oscar De La Hoya moving off the 3rd. You hear him. I'll go back to 3rd or 10th verse. Ugas, maybe Pacquiao again. I heard he turned down Pacquiao, so not sure exactly what's gonna happen with him, man. But personally, I think it was more Floyd. Some people don't think that Floyd fight gonna do good because the Paul brothers don't do the numbers that they say they do. But only time will tell. Only honesty will tell. And honestly, I don't give a care less. Because they want us to buy all these pay-per-views, but they want to continue to disrespect us. They want to continue to treat us like we don't matter in boxing. And like I said yesterday, man, I'm kind of mad about them Josh Taylor tickets. And also, I thought that I figured out the I thought I figured out the the reason why I didn't get tickets. They texted me at 2:04, which is 2 o'clock, 2:04, Pacific time, and them tickets went on sale. And I was talking to Lawrence Williams boxing, LW boxing. Check his channel out. Love Lawrence Williams, man. And he basically was saying that he was on there an hour before, and he said the tickets still went on sale. And I can check the resale sites right now. Which to me, if you wanted to buy and resell the tickets, or you didn't want people there, So be it. I'm trying to figure out a way to get my tickets to maybe a little plug, but personally, that bothered me. No, I don't even know one person. I don't know him. I see him on I seen him on the top rank Twitter, they Twitter page in the comments, and they were saying that he was saying that he got 2 tickets. He's the only one that said he got them, which he could be lying, but hey, it is what it is, man. I'm not gonna harp on it no more, but so Floyd basically said, Turner's the best fighter in boxing, and he owned PBC. He's got three or 400. He got 300 or 400 different fighters and all that type of stuff, man. And talked about the exhibitions and about how they wanted him to come back and fight in the welterweight division. He said, "Well, I come back for a guaranteed 35 when I can make 100 million," which he's not gonna make that with Logan Paul. That's not gonna do as well. He might never get to 35, but my whole thing with Floyd is, it is what it is. One thing I liked about the interview that he did was he kept him a hunt bun. He talked about fighters that don't get spoken, Aaron Pryor, all those guys. So, my whole thing is, people say, well, Errol need to sign over, Terrence need to sign over to PBC. Did Deontay sign over to Fight Fury? It's just to the point that, the fan demand ain't there. The demand on YouTube ain't there. There's a few guys on YouTube that's pushing for the fight. A few guys that gave up on the fight. Can't knock them. And that's just where we at with it. Honestly, that's exactly where we at with it. That's where we at with it, honestly. It's just to the point where, people gonna advocate. People gonna advocate against it, and we're not gonna push for it. But ultimately, why not start putting the best on the best? PBC would rather be a sinking ship than put the best versus the best on. But like I said, Floyd has the power alone to make that fight happen. He has the power alone to say, go ahead and do it. But ultimately, it ain't gonna happen. Ultimately, he confessed to being the boss. He confessed to being part of a lot of tours. He confessed to it ain't gonna happen. And ultimately, what it boiled down to is that, they can't win in their mind. And that's sad. Ultimately, it may just look like it may be Errol Spence. Because why keep saying Crawford the best when Errol Spence beat you up in the gym? You got the best of him. He a horse. But maybe it's him just picking that Errol Spence will not want to fight. Maybe Errol don't want to fight, which I know for a fact they don't want to fight. And maybe this is Floyd's way of, picking at him and letting him know, well, Floyd don't sign my checks. Of course Floyd don't sign your checks. It's different entities and, different companies that own it. So they know Floyd. They know Floyd they boss. And, ultimately, with him, they begging him come back in the welterweight division, which I know for a fact that happened because ultimately, they going on the broke. They going broke. So instead of, giving us a schedule of the best fight in the fest and saying, well, Jamal Charlo, let's do Demetrius Andrade, or let's do Jamal and Andrade. Jamal and Castanos, nobody gonna watch that shit, telling you right now, Jamal and Montiel, I'm not gonna watch that. Nobody gonna pay for Ugas, but, his few fanboys, there's people saying, well, Bomac said that, that the fight, Bud took the fight, the money wasn't there. Simple as that, he said the money wasn't there. They didn't show proof of funds. So, ultimately, you just got a lot of knuckle draggers out here, unfortunately, man. And instead of advocating for the fight, they don't want the fight. And I think Floyd is subliminally telling us that Team Errol Spence don't want the fight. Ultimately, I think that's what's going on. With him keep saying Crawford the best, Crawford the best, Crawford the best, Crawford the best. Ultimately, what he's trying to say in Morse code is that Errol Spence don't want the fight. And for Bud to have to go over there to make the fight, I think it's stupid. Why we can't do what we do versus Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury? They can do what they did versus Fury and Wilder won with Queensberry Promotions. Why would I send over to a company that don't have my best interest? I come over there and fight him, I get robbed. Or they stopping on the cut. You feel what I'm saying? So, People are stupid, man. Al Heyman ain't got enough money to pay his fighters. How you gonna have money to pay Terrence Crawford? Come on. Oh, his contract gonna be up in October, and that don't mean that nigga coming over. Why would he come over there? Why would he come over to a company that would let him fight Sean Porter? Why would he come to a company, that didn't want to fight Errol Spence, didn't want to let him fight Keith Thurman? Why would he go to a company that didn't want to give up Danny Garcia, not Manny Pacquiao, but Mikey Garcia? Why would he come to a company that froze him out? Would you go back to a store that put you at gunpoint and punch you in your mouth and say, get out? No. The LDBC, the local W boxing community, is the dumbest motherfuckers on the planet, except for a few people. Town, Southside, Carl Burrell, a few of them niggas, and people I don't know. But the majority of them niggas don't know nothing about boxing. Cali, he know boxing, I'll give him that. But you wouldn't tell, because they censor them niggas. Damn if I be a part of something that I can't speak up on. And if I got an opinion and I feel strong about my opinion, fuck it. Just to the point now we have these new ignorant niggas that's in here. They yell and scream when they get out, beating a debate, mute you shit. We got the motherfuckers like that now. Dr. Evil, people like that now that's advocating against the fight. People that don't know nothing about Aaron Pryor, Emmanuel Augustus, Norton, Shavers, Archie, Joe Louis. I don't know everything, but I don't know nothing about the history of boxing. Nothing about James Toney, Roy Jones, Michael Nunn. Marvin Hagler, Michael Nunn. Marvin Hagler had to fight again, 40-plus fights for a title. Michael Nunn had to fight 30-some fights before his first title fight. He was pound for pound #1, universally recognized. You don't know shit about that, bro. It's unfortunate that we got people that's giving game that don't know nothing. And ultimately in boxing, throughout my history, even, early 2010s on back, we didn't have that. We didn't have dudes that didn't really want it. We had some guys, Riddick Bowe. We had some guys. It started with Al Heyman, same with Adonis Stevenson fighting from Kovalev. Signing over to Showtime and stopping that fight. But ultimately, throughout history, there was probably 5-10-1 that guys that wanted to fight the best to that didn't want to fight the best. We seen fights. We seen all the big fights that we wanted to see for the most part. Hagler fought everybody, and Munzone fought everybody. Muhammad fought everybody you wanted to see. Even when he was old, he was fighting guys. Larry Holmes fought everybody, came out of retirement not at his best, and fought Mike Tyson. Roy Jones fought James Toney that was young. He fought Bernard Hopkins when he was young. Bernard Hopkins fought Glenn Johnson when he was young. Roy Jones came back down from heavyweight, still fought Antonio Tarver twice, ran it back with him. We didn't have those issues. Sergio Martinez and Paul Williams, it was a close fight. Martinez got robbed in most people's opinion. Still came back and ran it back. And Martinez knocked Paul Williams out. Kramer Centron, I think, and Paul Williams did it over again. He fought Margarito. Sheesh Louise. Zab fought Shane, Corey Spinks, Mayweather, Baltimore, Costa Zoo. I don't remember too many fights that I didn't see happen. Timothy Bradley, Devin Alexander, or Victor Ortiz, Madonna, Morales, Madonna, Ortiz, Peterson. The early 2010s was the end of great boxing. When Al Heyman went over to Showtime and created PBC at one point, it was over with. When he saved Adonis Stevenson from fighting Kovalev at HBO, boxing went down the drain. And now it's what we got. It's to the point where they'd rather go broke, and I hope they do go broke. I'm sorry. I'm not praying on their downfall, but I hope so because it'd be the best for boxing. But then also you got the way that Eddie Hearn and the way that Bob Arum think. Eddie Hearn is really the only one that's willing to make fights with everybody. You know what I'm saying? Bob only gonna make fights when he got the upper hand. That's a fact, and that's unfortunate, man, for Bob. But he know Terrence Crawford gonna whoop Errol Spence. And unfortunately, they can't prove it. And if, Terrence go over there, that's, Terrence got to get a knockout. Same way Billy Joe got approached, like Sugar Hill said, and I did a video earlier, same way he got to approach Canelo, same way Crawford, if he do go over there and fight Errol, he got to stop him. They're going to take it from him because Errol can move up, he's younger, it's what it is. But, yeah, if, it is what it is, man. It's unfortunate, but, 10 years ago, boxing started to change. But hey, let me know what you guys think. Don't forget me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. You can reach out anytime. All the links in the description. If you got business question, inquiry, sponsorship, video requests, all my links there. You want to make a financial donation? Cash App CJ Good 313. That's in the description. PayPal link there as well too. Best way to donate. Share the video. Check out the Facebook group as well too. But yeah, appreciate the love, support. Let me know what you guys think about Lopez and Kambosos getting moved off their day because of Floyd. What you think about Floyd saying he Errol Spence boss and Crawford got to sign with PBC. Let me know what you think in the comment section. One time. Peace.